Hey, what is going on, music community? This is Dan and welcome to my channel, Cassette Mayhem. And in this video, I'm going to get through finally the third installment of that huge VCLT that I got from Greg 2 or 3 weeks ago. The first video I went through a ton of CDs and vinyl. This one here, I'm going to go through just CDs and the DVDs. So that I want to get through, and then I've got other things that I'm definitely going to be a part 4 to this anyway. So want to get through that. And anyway, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time talking about it. We're going to jump right into it. What you're hearing in the background, or what you might be hearing in the background, because I don't want to get copyrights and all this other stuff that just happened to me not long ago. I posted a video, and anyway, this is Anthrax. This is the Sound of White Noise featuring John Bush on vocals, John Bush lead vocalist for Armored Saint. Absolutely amazing album. Love this album. All right, so we are not going to waste any time with this. We are going to jump right in. And the first one, this is Max Webster, or AKA, this is Kim Mitchell. This is Max Webster was Kim Mitchell was in Max Webster when it first started. This is 1977. I like Kim Mitchell, great Canadian. So there you go, CD number 1. I was surprised at this one, still in the shrink. I actually am kind of curious to hear what it's going to sound like. This is Count 77 with Danny Count. Obviously, with the TV show or the TV series, what's the show called now? I can't remember now. Anyway, it doesn't make any difference. I do watch all of the, episodes when I can. So it's Count 77. So really stoked to hear this. Just kind of curious to see what it's going to sound like. So there's CD number 2 from none other than Greg the Egg. Second one, I actually had a chance to really look at this, and I don't know if it's, I think it's CD 1 to CD 3, where there's all CD, or is there DVD? Yeah, there's a DVD with this. This is the classic album of Rush 2112. It's like a major digipack, 3 CDs of Rush, and the 2112 stage on the back. Rest in peace, Neil Peart, who just passed away last month. So that was a shock to the music community. There's no question about that. Music world. So here you go, CD number 3. This is Rush 2112. I'm actually stoked to hear this one too. This one here, I've got 4 or 5 copies on cassette. I never had it on CD. This is Europe, and it's Out of Control. I Ain't Superstitious. Great song, right? So I think if we're all part of this community, we've all heard this album at one time or another. There we go, Europe, Out of This World. Great album, by the way. This one here threw me for a loop too, and it is still sealed, but I'd be willing to send it along to someone if they really wanted it. And it is the sing-along song collection with Humpty Dumpty, with Mommy and Me. I can't talk about it anymore. I'm speechless. This one here, again, sealed. And Greg has been getting me into this band a lot more too, which I've never had any of their CDs until Greg sent me a few of them. And this is 1977. This is the Blue Oyster Cult. Again, I do have a few of the CDs because Greg had sent them to me. I was never familiar with the band except, you know, Cowbell, the Reaper or whatever. But anyway, so some Blue Oyster Cult. Greg sent me that, sealed. This is a classic album, 1990 and 1991. This came out in 1990. I have this on cassette. I do not have it on CD, and it is an absolute great album. And I'm talking about Back for Another Taste. This is Canadian rockers Helix. This is just an absolute amazing album. I remember the video for Running Wild in the 21st Century first came out, and went right out, bought this album. This is just an absolute great album. The Storm, Running Wild in the 21st Century, That's Life, Heavy Metal Cowboys. Of course, I think Good to the Last Drop, that was their ballad on this, or slower song, but Helix, Back for Another Taste, great album. If you've never heard this album, give it a listen. Very, very, very good. This one here, I've never heard this, and it is LA Guns, Fully Loaded, 2003. Not familiar with this album at all. I haven't heard anything off it, so really, really stoked to give this a listen. So there you go. Thank you very much, Greg. This one here, I have no idea. It looks like it's funny punk or something. Hook Show. And they look like they're like funny punkers or something. I don't know. Adult Gallery. Maybe it's comedy. I don't know. Don't know anything about it. But I'll definitely throw it in and give it a listen. This one I already have on CD already. But still, it's a great CD for if anybody who's never heard it. This is Can't Get There From Here. This is Great White. It's not featuring Jack Russell. Jack Russell is on this album. Rolling Stone, Ain't No Shame, Silent Night, Saint Lorraine. Just a very, very good album if you like Great White. And of course, today being February 20th, today's the 17th year for the Rhode Island fire that took place. Great White, the pyrotechnicians, and lost over 100 lives in that fire. Today's the 17th year to date. So anyway, Can't Get There From Here. That's Great White. Again, very good album. If you've never heard it, give it a listen. This is a freebie that I got. I'll probably pass it on because I've already got it. This band, I've heard of them, never heard them. This is an older band. I want to say this album is probably early 80s. I'm gonna say. The name of the band is called Axe. If I'm not mistaken, they sound like the new wave of British heavy metal, but I could be completely wrong with that. I'm not 100% sure. So there you go, Axe. Again, don't know much about that band at all. So there you go, music community. A full fat stack of CDs from none other than Greg at Blackmorerules. So I've got lots of listening to do. I have played a lot of the other CDs he sent me. I just listened to Warrant, Ultraphobic. What else did I play in that stack? Twisted Sister I played in that. So I have played some of those CDs already. So let's get into the DVDs. I thought I had this one, so I started going through my CD collection, but I don't have it. But I've seen it many, many, many times, and it's just an absolute great concert. And this is that One Night Live, Megadeth. Very, very good concert. Wicked concert. I've seen this probably, it must be 10 years ago now, the first time I saw it. Absolutely amazing album. The Reunion of Scribes Live 2001. This is Killer Dwarfs, Canadian rockers. Somehow this made it back to New Brunswick. It's got more miles on it than my truck. Justin Bieber. Greg had sent this to me once. I sent it back to him, and guess what? Showed up at my door again. Biebs. Ugh. This one, Chevy Republic at the Masonic Temple. Don't know anything about this band whatsoever, unless it's punk. I don't have any idea. So Chevy. And last but not least, I assume this is a DVD. And it's Time Stands Still. And it's Rush. Very cool. I assume it's a DVD, or it might be a CD too. No, it's DVD. It said DVD right on it. So there you go, with Rush, with Time Stand Still. So there are some DVDs that I got from Greg. The Megadeth one, if you've never seen it, check it out. It's very, very good. I'm super stoked to see that Killer Dwarfs one. I have no idea what it's going to be like. So there you go. Fat stack of CDs, some DVDs from none other than Greg at Blackmorerules. I guess there was a little Rush card in here too as well. So again, this was like, I think, the third installment of that huge VCLT that I got from Greg, and I still got a bunch of stuff on my couch over there. So I'll try and get that in my next video. And again, for anyone who's not subbed to Blackmorerules, get over there and check him out. Greg is super, super funny, very, very nice guy, and you can't ask for a better VC member than Greg. Again, he's just the most generous guy. You know, when he sends a box, he makes sure he sends a box. Anyway, this is Cassette Mayhem. This is Dan. Thank you very much for checking out my channel. Always great to hear the comments and to see the comments below. And again, stay metal, keep rocking. And again, if you've never subbed to my channel, come on over, sub it. Tell me what you want. If you want me to show certain cassettes, I can do that too. If you want me to talk about certain cassettes, I can do that as well. I can show whatever you want. Just gotta let me know. In the meantime, take care, stay metal, peace out.